Welcome to Serenity and Fire, the podcast where wellness meets grit. I'm your host, Krista Guidenti, founder of Panacea Luxury Spa Boutique. Join me as we dive into the intriguing world of biohacking, clean living, cutting-edge spa trends, and the hustle, grind, and grit of entrepreneurship. From my personal battles with weight management, infertility, and a 30-year journey to create and launch my dream business, to building a sanctuary for those who have been touched by cancer, I'm here to share real talk, inspire big dreams, and spark a passion for holistic living inside each and every one of you. So let's dive in. Welcome back to Serenity and Fire. In our last episode, we broke down the myths and truths around magnesium and all the different forms that this mineral can take. Today, we're shifting gears a bit from supplements to rituals, and we're looking at something that I'm personally passionate about, and that's the whole ritual behind using this mineral through sprays, butters, baths, and even a new form of magnesium called liposomal magnesium. We're actually looking at bringing this into Panacea as a massage and nail service treatment add-on. So I'm really excited to dig into this with you today. So you're probably asking, why even use topical magnesium when we can just swallow a pill? Well, the fact is that the skin is this incredible living organ. In fact, you've heard me say many times that it's the largest organ in our body. And when you apply magnesium to it, your body can begin to absorb it within minutes, peaking in about 20 to 30 minutes. Now, here's the nuance. If you remember from my previous episodes, topical magnesium may not skyrocket your blood levels the way oral or IV magnesium can, because so little of that magnesium in our bodies actually shows up in our blood. But that doesn't mean it's not working. Think of it as a twofold therapy: local relief for muscles and nerves, plus systemic support in smaller, steadier amounts. The systemic support is provided through oral therapy, while the local relief is provided through the topical treatments. And for many people, the ritual itself, and by that I mean actually massaging in a magnesium butter before bed, or misting a spray on your tired legs, or even soaking in a bath at night, those all can create calmness, a routine, and sensory grounding that a capsule just can't deliver. So when we look at sprays, butters, and baths, what's really the difference? Well, let's break down the main types of magnesium therapies. For sprays, these are quick, targeted, and portable. If you're dealing with restless legs at night, calf cramps after a workout, or even tension headaches, a few spritzes massaged into the skin can bring great relief. Sometimes people feel a little tingling at first, which again, if you remember me saying, is totally normal and usually fades with consistent use. This is your body signaling that it is absorbing the magnesium. If you don't feel this when you're taking magnesium, though, don't worry. This tingling sensation is a complex reaction and is not a straightforward signal of the magnesium's efficacy. Even for people with low levels of magnesium in their body, they can begin to adapt to the product as their body adjusts to the topical application. Other people may have thicker and less sensitive skin, or may apply the magnesium to areas of the body that are less prone to tingling, like the soles of your feet. And the condition of your skin barrier also plays a significant role. So if your skin is well hydrated and healthy, it might not react to the salt concentration in the product, and therefore you wouldn't feel that tingling sensation. And finally, some magnesium products may contain other ingredients in them, like aloe, that are intentionally put in the product to help reduce that tingling. So just because you might not experience that doesn't mean that it's not working. Next, we have butters. These are going to be your luxury bedtime ritual. They're deeply hydrating, rich with organic oils and shea butter. And in our Panacea sleep butter, we've infused them with calming essential oils like lavender, ylang-ylang, chamomile, and vetiver, which is one of my very favorite essential oils. So you're getting both magnesium therapy with aromatherapeutic benefits. And one of my favorite hacks when it comes to these butters is if you apply the butter generously to the bottom of your feet at night and slip on a pair of cotton heel socks, it's going to transform those cracked, dry heels and feet while you sleep. And I love the heel socks that we have at Panacea because they're insulated with a gel lining that has jojoba oil, olive oil, and vitamin E in the lining, which gives you even more healing and hydrating benefits on top of what the magnesium butter will give you. So it's a great combination, and you should stop by the spa and pick a pair of those up. And then we have magnesium baths. These are magnesium soaks that give you a full body reset. They're especially great for athletes or anyone carrying stress and tension from head to toe. Think about it. You're not only targeting transdermal magnesium, you're getting the hydrotherapy of the warm water, relaxation of the time carved out, and a moment of stillness. It's really the perfect way to completely disconnect, decompress, and get the relaxation and recovery your body needs. Now, I will say I've done several magnesium baths. I did one at a spa out in Arizona. I've done Epsom salt baths. They are very calming and soothing. I can't say that I personally feel or notice a benefit in muscle recovery or some of the other great benefits that I feel magnesium can provide, but it may be super beneficial for you. So it's definitely something worth giving a try. Okay, this is where I get really excited about magnesium. We've added a new magnesium ritual to our services at Panacea. And as I mentioned earlier, I'm so excited to share it with all of you. And what I'm talking about is our liposomal magnesium therapy add-on. We're doing this in our massage and nail services. And here's why it's so special. Liposomal magnesium is encapsulated in phospholipids. So think of them like tiny little protective bubbles that help the magnesium bypass your digestion and slip more efficiently into your tissues. So when we mist this blend directly onto the body before applying massage oil or lotions, it enhances absorption and amplifies the muscle relaxing effects of your treatment. When you're having a mani or a pedi, we can apply the spray underneath a hot EcoFin treatment to seal in all of that hydration and healing for a truly transformational experience that can begin to really help heal those dry, cracked feet, or even if you have sore hands. But there's more. The spray is infused with calendula grown in regenerative farms. And calendula isn't just skin soothing, it carries natural anti-inflammatory compounds and also energetic properties that are tied to resilience and emotional harmony. We get this from a source in Australia that I am super passionate about because they're one of the only essential oil suppliers in the industry that can guarantee organic authenticity from seed to skin. They also do this very scientific energy imbuement on all of their oils. And this is a big deal because when we look at essential oils and how they begin, they start as a seed, they get planted in the ground, they get harvested, they grow, we pick them, we process them through distillation in order to pull out the oils. The oils then get bottled, they go through a manufacturing process, they then get boxed up, and then they get shipped out via trains or trucks or flights, however it might be. And what you have to remember about plants is that every time we do something to that original seed, we affect the original integrity and the energy balance in that product. And so what this energy imbuement does is rebalances the energy into that essential oil and brings back the strength of its healing properties. So I really, really love these products. And when we look at calendula in this liposomal magnesium, we also have combined it with lavender, chamomile, frankincense, and sweet orange to create a grounding aromatherapeutic experience while also nourishing the body. And frankincense is another one of my favorite essential oils because it's known as the king of all oils. It's an oil that's been around since biblical times, so thousands and thousands of years, and it's believed to be super powerful in healing. It has amazing anti-cancer benefits, antimicrobial benefits, and just the list goes on and on with this oil. So I'm very excited to have this liposomal magnesium product. And if you're not familiar with regenerative farming, this is a holistic system of farming that focuses on restoring and enhancing soil health, increasing biodiversity, and improving the water cycle rather than just sustaining current conditions like we so often do in a lot of our farming today. And with regenerative farming, it involves practices like no-till farming, cover cropping, crop rotation, and managing livestock grazing to help vegetation recover, which in turn rebuilds the organic matter in our soil. And by rebuilding soil health and increasing the organic matter in the soil, regenerative farming sequesters carbon from the atmosphere, helping to also combat climate change and create self-sustaining, resilient ecosystems that can benefit the environment, our farmers, and our communities. So this liposomal magnesium is doing so many things, both for our bodies and for the people who are harvesting in it and making it as well. So how do you know which therapy to choose when you're looking at creating your rituals? If you want quick targeted relief, reach for a magnesium spray. If you want luxury, hydration, and sleep support, then go with a butter. But if you want a full body reset, nothing really beats a bath according to some people, although as I shared earlier, it's not my favorite form of magnesium, but for you, you may find that it is. And I would love to hear which form of therapy you like best. So please definitely send a message into the show and let us know what works best for you. And if you're booking a massage or a nail service at Panacea Luxury Spa Boutique, definitely consider adding on our new liposomal magnesium for that ultimate reset. You can even layer your forms of magnesium. So if you're going to do that, I recommend that you spray the magnesium spray on first for that fast absorption, and then you seal and lock it in with the magnesium butter. I recommend this especially at night for restless legs and especially for those dry, cracked feet that I mentioned earlier. So just combine the spray and the butter underneath some cozy cotton-based heel socks and wear them overnight to lock in that moisture and allow the butter to penetrate overnight. You should see noticeable improvements within 3 to 7 nights of intensive hydration. So what's the big picture? Magnesium isn't just a supplement, as I've just shared. It can be a ritual too. It can also be a sensory reset and a deeply nourishing practice. In our next and final episode of this series, we'll zoom out to the hard science and talk about what magnesium really can and can't do, who should use caution, and how to use it with intention. Before we wrap up today, please remember that everything shared on Serenity and Fire is meant for general information and inspiration purposes only. The topics we discuss are not intended to diagnose, treat, or replace personalized medical care, so please always consult with your healthcare provider before trying anything we talk about. Your health is unique, and your care should be too. Okay, that's it for today's episode. Remember, if you want to start biohacking your way to better health, start at Panacea Luxury Spa Boutique. You'll save 10% on a hyperbaric oxygen therapy or whole body LED light bed therapy session when you book your first treatment using the code SERENITY10. And don't forget to share this episode with your loved ones. Please also leave us a review and hit subscribe to the Serenity and Fire Show wherever you get your podcasts. This helps us reach more people like you so we can spread the word of health and wellness to the masses. Until next time, keep balancing serenity with fire. I'm Krista Guigeni, and I'll talk with you more in our next episode.